Hey, what's up guys? I'm Sal. Thanks for checking out the video. If you have a first-gen Tundra, you're probably familiar with the sight of your tailgate handle breaking off. This is the second time it's happened to me. The Amazon special plastic ones just aren't built quite as good as OEM, but I was looking on Amazon, I found this one has a metal handle upgrade. It feels way beefier than the ones that I've had on before. And yeah, we're gonna be throwing it in the truck today. Also, my old backup camera got some condensation in it. I was dumb and used a heat gun to try and get it out, ended up melting it. So we're going to be replacing that as well. Let's get into it. We'll get access to the back of it by removing this panel, and it has 8 T30 Torx bit bolts. Cool, once you get under here, you can see the back side of the handle. You can just pop off these 2 clips, just like that. You can pull the cable out. There's that one, and then there's this one. Next, with those out of the way, we can remove these 2 10mm bolts. And at this point, all that should really be holding it in is this stuff up front there. So you can kind of slide it back, and the whole thing should just remove out the bottom. Here you'll see this is the back side of my backup camera. Thankfully it doesn't run all the way forward in the cab. It disconnects over by the tail light. Up under the bed of the truck you can see where the cable passes through the bed, and then it runs over along up here behind this guy, down around, and then plugs in right here to the rest of the wiring that runs forward. So I'm going to disconnect it right here, pull it through, and then we'll be ready to transfer it over to the new guy. Okay, cool. Next up we're going to slide the lock over to the new one, and you got to take this clip off. If the clip isn't too tight, you can kind of just work it around with your fingers. You just got to kind of rotate it enough that you can remove it. And then you should be able to pull the lock out. Transfer it over the new guy. You can't screw it up. It's a big slot and a little slot. It matches up on the key. Make sure that this goes in there, and then you just push it in. You should hear it lock, and there you go. Everything is nice and tight. It's funny, it's not very centered in the hole, huh? Alright, so if you're not doing a backup camera like me, you're done. You can just throw this back in the way that it came out, slide it in, and you're good to go. However, I do want to keep the backup camera. So next up, I'm going to figure out where this hole goes. I'm going to drill it, and we're going to transfer the wires over. Cool, so I'm going to try and just match it up as close as I can. I am going to slide it this way a tiny bit because, I don't know if you can see this, it was actually rubbing a little bit on the camera the way that it was. So if I slide it in a tiny bit, then we should try to avoid that. I'm also going to start with a 1/8 drill bit as more of a pilot hole, and then I'll step up to the gigantic feeling 5/16. Cool, here's a bit of a photo reference for where exactly I drilled on mine. Fitting it up with the old camera that I cut off. Slides right in, and it's got pretty great fitment in the back as well. I'm just going to feed the cable for the new camera through the hole. And now you'll see the new one, when it's mounted flush without any of the backing plates, it's pretty recessed, and you can see it's going to catch a bunch of the handle itself in the view of the camera. So what we have to do, like the old one had, is add these spacers. They come with the Natika kit, and it's just a matter of, I'm going to make them just look exactly like this because I know that this works, and we'll stick them on the back of that. Cool, so this is what we had. These are the new ones. You can see the old ones, I actually had to like drill holes to flip them around and stuff, but the new ones, they come double drilled. So they probably listened to some feedback, and we're gonna go with something like this. I'm probably gonna, did you just see that bug? What the heck is that? Something like this. I'm not gonna take the tape off yet, and I'm gonna test it, see how it looks, and then we can adjust from there. Cool. So this is how it looks with the 3 in there. Obviously the tape will be removed, so you won't see all the color. But the biggest thing is that it bumped it out a good bit. Hopefully you can see that in there. I don't know why it's focusing on the wrong spot, but that's what we're looking for. It's still not touching. There's no clearance issues. Hopefully you can see that as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about this location. Cool. There it goes. It should be pretty well secured. Still no clearance issues. Still a good sight down past the handle. And then what you got to do, don't forget this because you're going to kick yourself. Don't forget to run the nut up along the wire before you route it, because that's going to be terribly annoying if you don't. This looks like maybe a 12 mil nut, but I don't think you have to go any tighter than hand tight on that. Now all we have to do is run the wire. So this can be a little bit of an annoying process because it has to go through the backside, the inside of your tailgate. There's a perfect hole for it to pop out the back, and then we'll run it down under the bed. I'm kind of cheating because I have the existing wire that I have on there. I plan to just zip tie this to the old one, zip it on through. What you could do if you're doing this install for the first time is run a coat hanger through here. It just takes a little bit of finagling, and then you can zip tie it and pull it on through. All you got to do is bridge the gap from here to here through the inside of the tailgate. A really annoying way that you could screw up running this wire is passing it right here, pulling it through, and then getting it all set up, ready to go. But now it's actually on the wrong side. I guess you could pass this through, but this thing mounts from the bottom. So if you run your wire like this, you go to mount it from the bottom, and now your wire's on the wrong side. So before you route it, you can even, you can even leave this sitting right here, but make sure that you pass it through the bottom first, and then you can route it underneath and do your thing. Cool. Now these guys are secured. We got our bolts in, lock is in, nut is secured for the backup camera. We can flip this guy up and make sure it looks good before we button it all back up. Cool. Yeah, everything seems to be lined up perfectly. I like that a lot. I'm going to run this cable, verify that everything actually works before I have 8 more bolts that I got to undo. So this is going to run through this like rectangular hole under the bed. I'll just pass it down, and then I'll run it the rest of the way that you saw before from underneath. I'm just going to plug it in, and we'll again verify that it works. Cool. So you can see I got to snip one of the, I think it's the purple wire. I don't know, I got to go look, but that will invert it. Cool. Looking at the user manual here, you can see we're mounting it horizontally, so we're going to cut the purple wire. White is if we're going to make it a front camera, which we're not, and then green is if you want to remove the distance guidelines, which I had them in last time. I don't love them, but I think I'd rather have them than not. So you can see this is the one I took out. Purple was cut because it's horizontal, and then the other 2 are still intact. So I'm going to go do that. Before I button this thing up, 2 things I'm going to order are these 2 guys. This one here and this one on this side. You can see this one's really bad. The whole bottom is broken off, but it's just so sloppy, and I think that this slop really translates into you trying to open the handle and not all of your movement going into actually pulling the stoppers. So super loose. This one's cracked. It's about to fail. It's also a little bit loose. Plus this poor rod here probably needs a little sanding, and it'll probably help it slide a little bit better as well. Cool, so this is what we're working with. Again, a lot of the handle showing there. Don't love that. So I might go play around with the spacers a little bit more. I might not even show it on camera because it's probably gonna be kind of unique to how you want it, but I'm hoping to just bump it out a little bit more so it's just pointing it a little bit more up. Okay, so I took the last rubber spacer, cut it in half, put it only on the bottom part of the camera, so it kind of tilted it up just that tiny bit more. I'm happy with it. You can see some of the handles still, but I think it's good. You gotta have some sort of reference for the truck. Otherwise, you're just kind of shooting blind. Otherwise, these are the distance markers that you can remove by cutting the other wire, but I think I'm gonna leave them in, especially because the red kind of lines up with the handle. It looks fine. Yeah, so let's go wrap up on the tailgate and we can finish up the video. Look at that, got a handle again. You didn't think I'd leave these out, did you? All right, that's gonna do it. Really happy with how this went today. I'll keep you guys updated on how long the metal handle lasts. Unfortunately, I think it just means some other plastic part is probably gonna fail, but fingers crossed it's nothing crazy. I'm happy with how the backup camera looks. Sorry it wasn't a full install video, but I did do a full install video like 2 years ago, and I'll make sure that that is linked for you in case you wanna run it the rest of the way. And then, yeah, I gotta order those 2 clips, but otherwise, super pumped with how this all works. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and have a great rest of your day.